fueled by craft. Appreciate y'all, man, for watching the videos, interacting, whether it's good or negative feedback. It's just good to see, like, people's opinions, and even though we're watching the same thing, we could be looking at two different things, if that makes sense. So I got a little bit of free time, but lately, these last couple days, I'm talking to the bros and just on Twitter and things like that, and I'm just seeing a lot of doubt for Travis Hunter and his ability to play both sides of the football, like he did in college and high school, and up until honestly now, which he still, his coach is giving him the opportunity to play both sides. The official depth chart came out, I want to say maybe about a week or two ago. He's listed as a starting wide receiver 2 behind Brian Thomas, and second string cornerback. I know for sure it's Tyson Campbell. I seen Jordan Lewis on there. I can't remember any other DBs off the top of my head that Jacksonville has, but I know they have Travis listed as a second string DB. So based off the depth chart, it looks like they're focusing more on the offensive side of the football with Travis Hunter, which I don't hate, honestly, just because his ability to make plays over the field translates to both sides of the football. So I think as long as he's playing, that's a benefit in itself. But I think obviously what makes him rare is the ability to play both sides at a high level, which I think I might be in the minority here, but I think he's more than capable of playing at a high level on both sides of the football in the NFL. Now, I'm not saying he could be a top 5 wide receiver and a top 5 DB at the same time. I'm not saying that he can't, but I'm not saying he is. I don't think he's going to spend enough time on either side of the ball to reach top 5 categories. I could be wrong, but just this rookie year, I don't see that being realistic. But I do see him getting a lot of time playing both sides. I don't think ability is the question for him, as we've seen in college. The college and the pros is two different things. I understand that, but it's just certain things that he's shown while he was in college that makes me confident in believing that he is able to do that on both sides. He named an award in college. He racked it up. He got the Heisman. He was a unanimous All-American, Chuck Bilenikoff Award, Fred Bilenikoff Award, Big 12 Player of the Year. I know I'm not even naming all of them, but that's just this past season. So, that's not something that I think we should take lightly, because, if it was easy, then why aren't other people doing it? Or I don't think that's something that we should be watering down or taking away from him, because his ability is crazy. Just starting from his elite athleticism, it was so many plays in Colorado that we seen where it's like his body was almost defying physics in a way. Like, your body shouldn't be able to do that. His body bending this way, but he's going this way to make a catch. His eyes still locked on the ball. His agility, his leaping ability, his speed. He was able to guard the small receivers in the slot. He had a good game guarding a big receiver like Tedero McMillan at Arizona. So even though he's not physically the most dominating player, his athletic ability allows him to be almost a mismatch to any type of player. His athletic ability allows him to guard bigger receivers. His speed allows him to guard the smaller guys. So he's really a jack of all trades, honestly. You see this thing on Twitter where they compare players, and I'm thinking like Travis Hunter is the LeBron James of Cooper DeJeans, you know what I'm saying? We have seen players do it. Deion Sanders play both sides of the ball. It's not a coincidence that was his coach. But a lot of players have just been doubting it, saying how they don't think it's possible. Players like Devontae Adams, who recently just came out and said he doesn't see it being physically possible. I don't think it was a diss, though, because in that same interview, he gave a lot of praises towards Travis Hunter, but I think it's more just like the workload and the dedication that you have to put into football. I think players don't believe it's just enough time in the day to put that much dedication and focus onto two different things at that high of a level. Coach is giving them the opportunity to do it, so that's the thing that I'm most excited about, because, all the players can doubt it, but ultimately it's the coaches that are calling the plays and the coaches that are putting these guys in position to win. So as long as the coach is giving him opportunity to do so, I don't think he will take that opportunity for granted. Obviously, I don't know him personally or anything, but just watching him in interviews and watching his play on the field, you can tell that he takes football very seriously. So I think that's something. And I think all the naysayers and all the people saying that he can't do it is not doing anything but adding fuel to the fire and making him want to do it even more. His high IQ on the football field is shown in every game, whether that's him jumping routes or manipulating defenders to get to his spots. A lot of his interceptions, he didn't even seem like he was supposed to be in those areas, but his instincts just allow him to just bait the quarterback and jump routes. Read routes, I think, translates really well to both sides of the ball. What I mean by that is, as a DB, if you know how wide receivers typically like to run their routes, what spots they like to get to, as a defender, you can kind of almost run the route for him and beat him to a spot, which he did in a lot of his interceptions. Off the top of my head, the 2 interception game against UCLA, you could tell that he just almost knew what the route was, and he allowed the quarterback to think that he had a window to throw the ball, and then out of nowhere, Travis Hunter just jumping the route. That UCF game, just jumping the route. He's like running the routes for guys. So I think that translates really well on defense. And offensively, it's a lot of plays that he made where it just seemed like it was a dead play. And that leaping ability for his size allows him to have an advantage in the 50-50 balls. I brought up Tedero McMillan earlier. Receivers who are physically dominant and able to, just by default win those 50-50 matchups. Travis Hunter, athletic ability just allows him to play a lot bigger than what he really is. And I think that's a huge green flag, especially going into the pros, once he starts to add that NFL weight and that grown man strength, as they say. The biggest factor in this whole equation of Travis Hunter playing both sides is health. He averaged over 100 snaps a game the last 2 years at Colorado. So I think he takes his conditioning very serious. Again, the NFL is an entirely different monster, and I recognize that. But as far as a mental thing, he's embracing the grind. He's showing that he wants to do it. So I don't think how that won't translate to the NFL level, especially when he's got these coaches, these trainers, and these players kind of pushing him. Not that he needs it, but like I said, all this I feel like is just adding fuel to the fire as far as him wanting to prove himself. Because, this time last year, if you would have said Travis Hunter would have won the Heisman, he might have been one of the betting favorites for Vegas. But Colorado had the most haters out of any sports team this time last year. Overrated was getting thrown out. Not that good. People were even denying that he shouldn't have won the Heisman, which was just ridiculous to me. And that's no knock to any of the other guys that were in the running, including Ashton Genty, who I think was well deserving of the award, but I think Travis Hunter deserved it even more. So to even see that he was getting pushed back and knocked on winning the Heisman just kind of to show that no matter how much he does on the field, there's still going to be some people that find negatives in this game. And that's with any player in the league. No matter who you are, you're not going to be able to impress everybody. And that goes beyond sports. That's more just like a life thing. But I'm really confident that he can get it done. The Jaguars, they might not have the best roster top to bottom, but I think him playing alongside Brian Thomas is really going to help him a lot, just because offensively he's not going to carry the responsibility that he's used to carrying as far as being the best wide receiver. And I don't think he has to be the best. Brian Thomas is an elite talent. We seen him last year. I would say he was a top 10 receiver last year just off production. So I think, him opposite of Travis Hunter is taking steps in the right direction offensively for the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. And I hate to compare collegiate to NFL rosters, but this might be the best wide receiving room Trevor Lawrence has had since his Clemson days. I watched an interview recently. Trevor Lawrence said he's feeling healthy for the first time since having surgery. So that'll be really interesting to see, how he takes advantage of having 2 elite wide receivers now. Travis Etienne, I'm not out on Travis Etienne. Tank Bigsby, I think that's a really decent running back room. So he's got weapons. Now it just sees if they put it together. Obviously, this is year 1. So my expectations for the team as far as how many games they're going to win isn't too high. But I do expect Travis Hunter to be making a lot of big plays every Sunday. And I think he's going to carry that must-see TV over to the NFL by constantly making plays. That's just a quick, like I said, I wasn't going to be up here too long, but that's just a few of the many reasons why I believe that Travis Hunter will be very successful at playing on both sides of the football. The elite athleticism, the high IQ, the embracing the grit, the versatility and the conditioning. I think all that plays into the machine that he's showing us that he is. God forbid he get hurt. As long as he stays healthy, I think he's in for a big rookie year on both sides of the football. I'm predicting about 600 receiving yards and 2 interceptions, maybe 6 to 7 touchdowns. That's if we can at least get about 14 to 15 games from him. So that's what I'm predicting for Travis Hunter. Hopefully he exceeds it. I'm just trying to be a little realistic when I'm making those predictions. But yeah, man, I think he's going to be really good. And I don't think the Jaguars have anything to worry about as far as Travis Hunter and how much he would produce for that team. Let me know what you think about Travis Hunter. Do you think he's going to be good on both sides? Do you think he should stick to wide receiver? Do you think he should stick to corner? Do you think it's possible if he stays healthy that he can be elite on both sides? I'm really interested to know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys for watching, subscribing, and commenting. It's just Fueled by Craft, man. I'm out.